What's going on, people? Your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with yet another Atlanta Falcons video, man. And it's really pissing me off. I'm just going to be honest. This is really pissing me off. Not going to lie. I can't give a guy credit for one freaking day without Atlanta Falcons fans just wanting everybody that leads this damn team. Fans always say to themselves, guess what? Oh my God, I want Kyle Shanahan. Oh my God, we should have never let him go. Oh my God, man, shut the hell up. Please shut up. Falcons did not let Kyle Shanahan walk. Jesus Christ. Why does this always happen? Somebody leaves, plays like crap when we're here, and Falcons fans want him back. Give a guy credit for once for making it to the Super Bowl. You guys make it seem like Kyle Shanahan was the reason why they made it to the Super Bowl. Have you seen this 49ers defense? These guys ran the ball for what? Passed the ball less than 20 times in the game, and we're trying to give all the credit to Kyle Shanahan. Like he created this team. Do you know that John Lynch is the one that built this team? He was hired long before Kyle Shanahan was hired as head coach. Like, come on, people. I just don't get it. Every time, it just never freaking fails. I'm saying, bro, like, this is the reason why I'm telling you, this is one of the reasons why I created this dang on channel, bro. Guess what? The Atlanta sports media, yep, everybody is pointing for, we should have made a better effort to get Kyle Shanahan back. Why do we have to let him walk? He's in the Super Bowl. He's in the Super Bowl. If we could have kept Kyle Shanahan, we would have been in the Super Bowl too. Jesus Christ, bro. It never freaking fails. How many times are we going to continuously do this? A1, man, what's good, man? Roger, Sergeant AR10, man, what's good? Everybody else, man, what's good, man? But like, I'm so sick of seeing this crap all over social media. I can't go anywhere in Falcons land without seeing somebody nut all over themselves because of Kyle Shanahan. I'm so sick of just like I said, get a dude this credit for helping get his team to the Super Bowl. But this man didn't build this damn team for himself. This defense is not going to get any better with Kyle Shanahan back with us. Even if we did have Kyle, this defense is still not getting better because we hired Kyle Shanahan. The issue's never been the offense. The issue has always been the defense. When are we going to put together a defense that's going to be able to stay off the dang field less than 70, 80 snaps a game? Bro, that, like, for real, Roger, like, bro, I was one of those people who wanted Shanahan gone. Matt Ryan had his absolute worst year in his career under Kyle Shanahan. Somehow we forget about that. Julio Jones had like 138 receptions. Think about that. Julio Jones had almost like 138 receptions, almost 1,800 yards or something like crazy like that. Some insane number because Kyle Shanahan couldn't figure out that he needed to throw to somebody else. Call plays to get everybody else involved. And somehow Falcons fans, yep, somehow Falcons fans find a way to nut over themselves for Kyle Shanahan. It just never freaking failed. How are we supposed to fix a defense with Kyle Shanahan? Somebody let me know. I want to know. How is Kyle Shanahan supposed to fix their defense? I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to figure out how Kyle Shanahan is supposed to fix. You know what I'm saying? How is he supposed to fix this defense? From what I understand, Kyle Shanahan has always been the offensive coordinator everywhere he's been. He's been an offensive coordinator, and somehow this dude is supposed to fix this entire team. Hiring Kyle Shanahan is supposed to fix all of Atlanta Falcons' issues. He's supposed to give us a better pass rush. He's supposed to get us better corners. He's supposed to give us better safeties. He's supposed to get us a better defense altogether. Somehow, hiring Kyle Shanahan is supposed to fix all of our defensive issues. Hiring Kyle Shanahan is supposed to fix all of our special teams issues. Like, Jesus freaking Christ, bro. I don't get it. It's insane to just see. What have you guys seen this entire year to suggest that Kyle Shanahan is a guru? San Francisco is winning because they have a top-notch defense and they don't have to throw the ball. Jimmy G has done absolutely shit this year. He hasn't done a damn thing this year. Jimmy G hasn't had an MVP season. Anytime you can run the ball and play defense, keep the other team from getting into a rhythm, guess what? That increases your chance of getting and winning games, getting to the Super Bowl and winning games. This man has done crap. Jimmy G has not done anything, and we're really trying to crown Kyle Shanahan as this guru that he's not. He's not a guru. He's a guy that surrounds himself with pretty good coaching. That's the secret to success in the NFL. Surround yourself with the best coaches. C-Can, I can name at least three right off the bat that is much better than Kyle Shanahan and who has in their career put up more offensive numbers than Kyle Shanahan. I made videos about this. Kyle Shanahan has never, ever had a quarterback to throw over 25 touchdowns. Did I just make that number up myself? Did I just make that number up myself, or is that the truth? Oh, my bad. This is the first year a quarterback has thrown over 25 touchdowns. This is the first time in his career, outside of Matt Ryan, a quarterback, okay? Listen very carefully. This is the first time in Kyle Shanahan's career, outside of Matt Ryan, that his quarterback has thrown for over 25 touchdowns. And he still doesn't have a quarterback that's thrown over 4,000. He still doesn't have a quarterback that hasn't thrown over, 4,000 yards. Yet this guy's a guru? Come on, bro. Let's be real with ourselves. Let's be real with ourselves. Yes, he has playmakers. Yeah, he has playmakers. I'll give you that. I'll give you that about Kyle Shanahan. But where is this guru? Where is this guru talk coming from? There's no consistency when it pertains to Kyle Shanahan's offenses. No consistency. Even his running games are pretty good, but even his running games are not consistent. From year to year, his running games are not consistent. Or am I just making all of this up? I need the proof to suggest to myself, all right, to suggest that Kyle Shanahan is a guru, that he's this great offensive coordinator that's just going to get everything done. This dude has done nothing. This dude has done nothing outside of Matt Ryan as from quarterback and offensive scheme is concerned. He's not consistent. Have you seen these guys' offenses the previous years? With Jimmy G. Stop sucking this guy off. What are we doing? Because a team makes it to the Super Bowl, an offensive coordinator is automatically a guru? Oh, there's Mike tripping again. It's just baffling to suggest every coach, every time someone makes it to the Super Bowl, some quarterback has the current spotlight that everybody just wants this player. Goes back to Jalen Ramsey, what I said about he had no talent, Mike. Bro, he no talent. Bro, he ain't the only Have you seen the Falcons roster before Kyle Shanahan? The Falcons have always had talent. Other teams have always had offensive talent. He knows talent? Like, bro, what are you talking about? He knows talent? How many offensive how many coaches in the league knows talent? Kyle Shanahan isn't the only one that knows talent. What are we talking about? We're just ready to we're ready to label everybody a freaking guru. Everybody a guru. He knows how to put it together. He knows how to put a running game together When you need a running game, Kyle Shanahan is the guy you want. But his passing game sucks. Kyle Shanahan's passing game sucks. It always has. That's what the reason why Matt Ryan had his worst year in 2015, because his passing game has always sucked. I just said it. How does his passing game suck? The dude has never had. Look, this is the second. Okay, this dude has been. Hold on. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. Kyle Shanahan. Okay, don't let everybody fool you when they tell you that Kyle Shanahan was calling plays in Houston, because he wasn't. That was Gary Kubiak's thing. Period. Kyle Shanahan got control of his own play calling when he went to Cleveland. You look at Cleveland, you look at Washington, and you look at Atlanta. This guy has never. This is the first. This is still has it. He still has it. Matt Ryan is still the first quarterback he's ever thrown over 4,000 yards. How can you label a coach a guru if he doesn't have a quarterback who hasn't thrown over 4,000 yards? Georgia Rule Boy. This is another question that like boils my blood when I hear this. This is another question. Like, this question boils my blood every time I see it. What the hell did that even mean? Like that question boils my blood. This has got to be, no offense, this has to be one of the most craziest question in the world. First of all, you can pick that question apart. First of all, I can pick that question apart. If he is just, if a quarterback is throwing 2,000 yards in a season, his ass don't need to be a quarterback. Period. All right, that's just one. Two, it doesn't matter if a quarterback is throwing for 5,000 yards. All right, it's the quality of those 5,000 yards. How the defense is playing, how the offense is playing. Can we run the ball? Are we a complete team? All 5,000 yards aren't created equally. So it's always, you always have to look at these numbers in a variety of ways. So that, like, if I would rather have a quarterback passing for 2,000 yards or 5,000 yards and lose. Like, bro, like, come on, you got to get a better question than that. If a quarterback only is throwing for 2,000 yards in a season, he don't need to be a quarterback. He don't need to be in the NFL. But if you're winning, chances are that game is probably you winning games like 9-7. But like I said, it like we're so quick to call players and coaches gurus after they've, you know what I'm saying, like after they have gotten to a Super Bowl. And we totally disregard that that 49ers defense is in freaking incredible. Did you guys see anything? Did you guys see that defense? Boa, Buckner, Sherman, those guys was absolutely electric. And somehow, again, we do it every freaking time. We forget about the defense and we want to put all the onus on the offense. We want to give all the credit to offensive players like Tom Brady and all these guys. We needed Kyle, Mike. I'm not gonna lie, Mike. Okay, not a head coach, but damn good. Oh, who gives a shit? I don't give a damn about no offensive coordinator. If he cannot put a complete team together, what good is the offensive coordinator? What good is the offensive coordinator if the defense still sucks? Come on, fans. Matt Ryan is throwing over 50,000 yards and he still can't win a Super Bowl because the defense can't stop anybody. And yet we want Kyle Shanahan back. Yet we want Kyle Shanahan back. How Kyle Shanahan going to fix his team? How Kyle Shanahan going to fix his defense? He proved us wrong. How? He proved us wrong. His offense is still basic. Have you guys even seen 49ers games? There's nothing more to the San Francisco offense than just running the damn ball. There's nothing brilliant about their offense. We got a ton of games. We just seeing what Tennessee did with just running the ball. There's nothing more to that. There's nothing more to Tennessee's offense than just running the ball and handing the ball off to. But somehow that's brilliant. Did you see what happened to the Ravens? You saw what happened to the Ravens? Yeah, they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't stop anybody, and it was over. Over 500 yard rushing, over 500 yards total, but they still couldn't do anything because they couldn't stop your boy Henry. Yep. Sucked. Put up all those points and still couldn't do anything because they couldn't stop anybody. But somehow we still need the offense. We still need an offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator is going to change everything. Somehow, Kyle Shanahan is going to fix all of our problems. Yeah, that's my creativity. Creativity is, bro. Oh wow. We're talking about creativity. Creativity don't win games. You can score 30 points and you still end up losing the game. What is creativity? Creativity means absolutely nothing. Offense has no creativity. You don't need creativity. Like I said before, there's nothing more to Tennessee's offense than just handing the ball off to Derrick Henry, play action, and throw it to a tight end. That was Tennessee's bread and butter. That was the Ravens' bread and butter. All they did was run the ball and pass to tight ends the entire year. Creativity means absolutely nothing. There's nothing genius about what he's doing. Why do you think this dude needs 3 running backs? It's not hating, bro. There's nothing. Kyle Shanahan, what he does, all Kyle Shanahan does is stick to these principles: time of possession, run the ball, play action, throw to tight ends. That's his bread and butter. The reason why it worked so well is because one, he was forced. He was forced to be more creative here in Atlanta. Do you see those same concepts being ran in San Francisco? What Falcons were one of the most explosive teams in the NFL. What happened to those explosive plays? There's no explosive plays in San Francisco. There's no explosive plays in San Francisco. What they do, they run the ball and they grind the clock. They grind you down. It's nothing brilliant with what he's doing. There's nothing brilliant what San Francisco is doing. They are getting wins. That defense. Are we just going to forget about how good that defense is? Let me pull up these stats for you guys. All right. I'm just I want to show you guys I want to tell you guys what these stats is all about. All right. You tell me. All right. Just bear with me for a second here. When it comes down to San Francisco and their numbers, you know what I'm saying? Because for some reason, we just think the San Francisco 49ers is just pretty much just all Kyle Shanahan, and he the one who got that team to the Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan and his offense got that team to the Super Bowl. It's complete disrespectful to that defense. Completely disrespectful to that defense, that 49er defense. It's absolutely, it's, oh my God, man. It's completely disrespectful. We're talking about a guy who's one of the most, I've said over and over again, this man is the most overrated coaches in the league right now. Just going to be honest. All right. San Francisco defense, okay? The San Francisco defense, pass defense, ranked number 2, ranked 11 overall. You hear me? San Francisco defense, pass defense, was number 2 in the league. Okay? The San Francisco 49ers defense, as pass defense, ranked number 2. Number 11 in rush defense. And number 5 overall. Yep. That's just the defense. Number 2 in passing. Okay? Number 2 in passes. Number 11 in overall. 5 overall. But somehow we're so focused on Kyle Shanahan with how their scoring points and how they get there. What ours look like? Oh my God. You sure you want to hear that? Falcons overall rank was 31, man. Okay. The rush defense is 4. Not 4. Excuse me about that. 14th. Falcons rush defense 14th, 25 in pass defense. 31 overall. That's the secret to success. Not Kyle Shanahan calling running plays. 50 running plays for almost 200 plus running. We got to look deeper than just wins and losses, touchdowns, and 5,000 yards passing. We got to look deeper into things, and this is why I bring these stats to you guys. And a lot of people don't want to work. They don't care about any. They don't care about stats. They don't care about where a team is ranked. Can they stop the run? Can they stop the pass? What's the third down percentage? Getting off the field, third down conversion, getting off field, turnovers. Most fans don't care about that type of stuff, but they want Kyle Shanahan back and think Kyle Shanahan is going to fix all our problems. The Falcons definitely have the talent, but if you can't put the talent together, what's the point? Bringing in Kyle Shanahan is not going to fix this issue. If Kyle Shanahan was the guru that he was, the Falcons wouldn't have struggled in 2015. The Falcons wouldn't have struggled. As a matter of fact, since I'm here on this site, I'm going to go back and look at the Falcons' numbers in 2015, okay? Whoa. Sheesh. Yeah, these numbers aren't really pretty, man. These numbers are not really pretty. This is Kyle Shanahan, bro. Kyle Shanahan, the guru. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons 2015, okay? 2015, the Atlanta Falcons overall, we're talking about offense. Okay? The Atlanta Falcons offense under Kyle Shanahan. We're talking about 2015, the Atlanta Falcons passing offense was ranked number 20. No, 23 and 25 in rushing. 23 in passing and 25 in rushing. 23 in passing and 25 in rushing. Yeah. So this is much deeper than just one coach. One coach never helps a situation, especially an offensive coordinator. No offensive coordinator in this league is going to fix the Atlanta Falcons or any team's defensive deficiencies. It's not going to happen. You can put Aaron Rodgers on this team. You can put Tom Brady on this team, but you're not winning the Super Bowl with this defense the way it is. It's not happening. You see what happened to the great Aaron Rodgers? Yeah. Dude played one of the worst games of his life. One of the absolute worst games of his life. Defense played like crap. They got going a little late. But guess what? But when your defense is not playing well, guess what? Yeah, you struggle. Don't care how many get quarterbacks. I don't care if you have Julio Jones and Roddy White, Tony Gonzalez on your team. If your defense can't get stops, it's no good. We should know this by now, Falcons fans. We should already know this, Falcons fans. Bringing back Kyle Shanahan, bringing back Tico Raw, bringing back whomever, Mohamed Sanu. It's not going to fix these defensive issues. So it baffles me to just Every time we see someone else do something great, we don't look deeper into things. We just say, "Oh my God, why we let Kyle Shanahan go?" Like it's like it really angers me to no end to see people crying over Kyle Shanahan as if Kyle Shanahan is the reason why they're in the Super Bowl. Just show you the numbers. These guys are number two in pass defense and 11th in run defense, fifth overall, a top five defense. That's the reason why they're in the Super Bowl. You remember the Baltimore Ravens? That team couldn't throw. Look, they had Trent Dilfer at quarterback. Baltimore Ravens had Trent freaking Dilfer at quarterback. And these guys won the Super Bowl. Why? Because they had the number one ranked defense. All they did was run the ball and throw it to Shannon Sharp. Okay, that's all they did. The Tennessee Titans had Ryan Tannehill at quarterback, and they made it to the AFC Championship. They had Ryan Tannehill, the guy who's been traded, and they made it to the AFC Championship. Football is a game of chemistry. Offense, defense has to work. The Bucks, yep, played defense, ran the ball. Mike Allstott, I think Oregon was on that team, but I think Oregon was on that team as well. But it baffles me to just like we think scoring more points is going to win championship. We thinking bringing a offensive play call is going to win us championships. When we need to be worried about how are we going to get after the quarterback? How can we improve this defense? And I hear a number of people saying that this defense can't be fixed with a couple of signings here, drafting a guy there. Absolutely false. I've seen teams in one offseason completely turn around their defense, hiring the right coach to come in and play a system. Guess who's that team? It's in this very division, the same division. This team turned around their defensive issues in one offseason. Yet we have a lot of people up here preaching that the Falcons defense is hopeless. Tampa Bay's defense was god awful last year. God freaking awful. And they hired Todd Bowles, and that defense was pretty damn good. The dude had 9 sacks. They had 9 freaking sacks against us. And they've been doing that. They've been getting pressure. The dude had 19 freaking sacks. Shaq Barrett had 19 freaking sacks. They signed Ndamukong Suh, signed Shaq Barrett, and these guys were a top defense. But we got people out here preaching that the Falcons can't turn around the defense in the offseason. It's all about chemistry. You get everybody on the same page, you can turn around a defense in a year. It's been done before. You don't need cap space. We don't need Falcons. This is another thing. We got the cap space is cold. All right. When you don't have enough money, when they say you don't have enough cap space, what they really mean when they say you don't have cap space, You don't have cap space to give guys $100 million contracts. You can make room for anyone. The salary cap is built. The salary cap was built to adjust. All you have to do is just give people guaranteed money. Restructure your deal, give them guaranteed money, lower the cap space, the cap hit, the base salary, and boom. You can go out and sign you a free agent, like an Ndamukong Suh. Falcons have enough cap space. In 2021, the Falcons will have a ton of freaking money. You just have to move salary around. That's it. That's all. Move salary around, and the Falcons will be able to go out and get a free agent. We don't know what happened to Alex Mack in a couple of years. In a year or so, he may or may not retire. But the salary cap has never been an issue for the Falcons. Falcons did exactly what I thought they would. They moved some salary around with Matt Ryan and Grady Jarrett. They can do the exact same thing with Julio Jones, Desmond Trufant, Devontae Freeman. Hell, they can even move Jake Matthews' money around. He just got paid. And like I said, even with Alex Mack retires, that's $8 million. So salary has never been an issue. It's not an issue. So if you guys are worried about the salary cap and the Falcons not being able to sign a guy, well, stop it. It's not true. The Falcons have plenty of money. You just have to be creative with it. You just have to be creative with it. Go back to the 49ers. And a lot of people said the 49ers was in cap hell. And somehow they went out and signed. They gave Drew Brees, $40 million. But somehow 35, I think it was like $35 million. Somehow they found $30 million to give him. So the salary cap has never been an issue. It's all about the Atlanta Falcons. Do they believe that they can draft players, or do they want to build through the draft, or they build through free agency? And the Falcons believe in their ability to coach and build through the draft. Falcons don't want. They've never been a team that builds through free agency. That seems like the Rams. So the Falcons have never had any issues with salary cap. The only people that's really concerned about salary cap is the one that want to go out and get guys like Ndamukong Suh. Go get guys like what's his name from he plays for Seattle right now. I can't think of his name, but he's a free agent as well. You know what I'm saying? The defensive end. Damn, the Davion Clowney. The Falcons have never had issues with salary cap. If the Falcons had issues with salary, don't you think Devontae Freeman would have been gone? Devontae Freeman would have been gone yesteryear. Okay, if they had so many issues with salary cap, Devontae Freeman would have been the first one gone. Falcons would have never gave Julio Jones $60 million if salary was an issue. Why would you give Julio Jones, all right, even if he is Julio Jones, if they were in salary cap hell, why would you make it worse by giving Julio Jones $60 million guaranteed if the Falcons were hurting for cash? Why would you give Matt Ryan, what, $150 million extension if they were hurting for cash? Why is Definite True Fund restructure his deal if the Falcons were hurting for cash? Stop listening to a lot of these people, especially ESPN, especially Fox. These guys are not telling you the truth. The Falcons have money. And then you bring back, if the on top of that, like somebody just said, Vic Beasley. Why bring back Vic Beasley if you hurting for cash? Who told you this? The Falcons are not hurting for cash. Falcons ain't got no money. How look, if the Falcons, like I said before, if the Falcons were hurting for cash, why would you restructure Matt Ryan's deal and then the next 2 years, okay, 21 and 22, Matt Ryan's salary is going to be 39.4 for 2 years, and then 23, it's going to go down to 34 million. Matt Ryan's salary, go look it up for yourself. All you have to do, type Matt Ryan's salary, go over the top, and you can see it for yourself. Over the top website, and it will break it down to you what Matt Ryan is going to make. You got to research. Stop listening to these people. They're not telling you the truth. The Falcons are not hurting for any money. They're not hurting for money. It baffles me that people just don't take the time just to read, and you wouldn't know this. The information is out here for you. And we still choose not to know the truth. And there's a way that we can sign Vic Beasley, and there's a way we can keep Devondre Campbell as well. The issue has always been whether or not you want to do it. Do you want to bring Devondre Campbell back? Do you want to bring Vic Beasley back? What the Falcons can do, they can give Vic Beasley what essentially is a 2-year deal, make it look like a 4-year deal, but it's actually a 2-year deal with a buyout in the 3rd year. Not necessarily a buyout, but it's going to be out in the contract in the 3rd year. That's what they did with Grady Jarrett. That's what they did to Devontae Freeman. You can see Devontae Freeman going this year. Desmond Trufant's out is in after 20, I believe 21. And you can trade him then. But now it's impossible to trade Desmond Trufant because his hit is going to be showing that I think is in the double digits. It's going to be at least $12 million if you decide to try to trade Desmond Trufant. And I wanted to kind of give you a breakdown on these contracts. And I know this shit is boring as hell, but these are the things that Falcons fans have to understand, man. Stop listening to these people. They're not giving you the truth. But goddamn, man, drop Vic Beasley. How do you look? They may do that, but let me tell you something, guys. I said this earlier today. I said this for the past couple years. The Falcons haven't been using Vic Beasley right. They haven't been using Tack the right way. That's just facts. They haven't. They have not been using these guys the correct way. And to say everybody been saying that Vic Beasley sucks and the dude ends up leading the team in sacks. Tell me how that happens. How does a guy suck and he lead the team in sacks? I never seen a guy who was a bust lead the team in sacks. Bust don't lead teams in sacks. Sad Falcons fan, Boogie124, A1 Colossal, appreciate Sean Gomes, Anthony Wright, man. I appreciate Agon, all you guys, man. I'm not here to tell you guys. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear, dog. I'm here to tell you nothing but the truth and the facts of the matter. And the fact of the matter, the Falcons are not hurting for cash. The Falcons have never been hurting for cash. All right. And it comes down to that. There's a lot of untruths being spoken by a lot of these people out here that's writing articles, they're creating content, they're telling you lies that the Falcons don't have this and they don't have that. And the truth of the matter, a lot of these guys have absolutely no understanding on how the salary cap works. And Vic Beasley can easily be back with this team. Like I said, Falcons give Vic Beasley $25 million up front for the first 2 years, and then the third year he have a buyout, well not a buyout, but an out in his contract, and he's gone after the third year. You can cut him. That's how they did Devontae Freeman. That's how they did Mohamed Sanu. Mohamed Sanu had a third year, um, I believe his third or fourth year, but it was Mohamed Sanu had an eye out in his contract, and that's how the Falcons were able to trade him. They designed it that way. That's how contract works. So when you see a guy that say, we have $200 million in contract in space, salary cap space, and then you see a guy that makes $100 million, it's not exactly how that works. You can design in base salary, give him guaranteed money, give him $60 million in guaranteed money up front, spread that out in 3 years, and bam, you only got Julio Jones for 3 years. 20, 20, 20. And then you kind of break that down, give him like a roster bonus. Just make the roster and you got 10 million. Just make the roster and you got, the base salary is 10 million, but you got the roster bonus, that's another 10 million. That's $20 million right there. These are the ways that you can kind of get creative with the salary cap. And like I said, it's probably born the crap out of a lot of people. But like this is what I want to tell you guys. Like this, do not listen to these people who are saying the Falcons are in cap hell. There is always a way to get out of any contract. Thomas Dimitri, all these guys are not stupid. He is a GM for the last 10 years for a reason. He's not great, but these guys know what they're doing. You don't sign people to contracts. You don't hold out of contracts for absolutely no reason. These guys, they know exactly what they're doing. And like I said, a lot of people just don't know. They think 60 million goes like a lot of people truly think that, oh, he just got $60 million in 1 year. That's not exactly how it goes. And on top of that, this year, I think after this season, 2020 season, this, the Falcons, or well, the NFL will be up for another collective bargain agreement, negotiating even more money. So we might have a year, it could be a year. I doubt it's like that, but we could have a year where we don't have a salary cap. Or we could have a year where, the players decide that they want to boycott. So the salary cap can increase in the next year or so. So the Falcons are not, all right? They are not strapped for cash. And I said over and over again, beware of the information that you're getting. Always look before you believe a lot of these people, because a lot of these content creators, I'm telling you guys, I work with a lot of guys. I've worked with a ton of these guys, okay? A lot of these guys don't know what the bloody hell they're talking about. They're putting out these salary cap articles, and it's a complete lie. Skills, what's up, dog? Like these people, a lot of people have no clue what they're talking about. Writing articles full of lies. There's always an out of any contract, bro. Nobody's gonna do that. Absolutely, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane to just see so many people. I don't want to make it seem like I'm picking on you guys, but we have a lot of people who just don't know what they're talking about, and they believe everything the Falcoholics say. They believe everything Rise Up Reader and all these people say, and not to say they're completely wrong in a lot of ways, but a lot of these people don't know what they're talking about. The Falcons are not hurting for any cash. There's a way out of every freaking thing. And we just have so many people just don't take the time out to just understand. I tried to educate a brother on the salary cap, and yeah, it didn't take it. Why? Because the numbers are just too big for him. Man had no idea what football outsiders were. You got a lot of people that just don't know what they're talking about. I mean, just rambling. Like it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Stop believing these people, dog. But the Falcons are not. I fully expect the Falcons to let Vic Beasley. It could go either way with Vic Beasley. I can see the Falcons bringing him back to a deal where it's a 5 year deal, but the first 2 years are guaranteed. And give him what, $20 million guaranteed the first 2 years, and after that, those last 3 years are basically just no good. You see it you see it with the Major League Baseball now. You seeing these guys sign these $300 million contract, and you think, oh my God, this player has $300 million. Nope. These guys have an out in their contract. These guys have outs in their contract. These guys have outs in their contract. And you're seeing it with I don't know if you guys saw Josh Donaldson. Yep. Josh Donaldson signed a 5 year deal with the Minnesota Twins. Was essentially a 4 year deal, but he had a fifth year option. They can, if they want, pick it up, or but that's like $100 million contract with an option. If he plays well, if he's still playing, yep, he'll be back. He'll be able to have that fifth year. There's always ways to get past these salary caps, bro. Drop Devondre Campbell. Well, it's not as easy to just drop Devondre Campbell. The Falcons have to have a plan to bring back a guy that can do what Devondre Campbell does. All right, there's a lot of people that think Devondre Campbell is absolutely worthless on this team because he can't cover, and that's not necessarily true. Devondre Campbell is a guy who can and is for this team. He's the physical enforcer for this team. He allows Deion Jones to just roam and get those interceptions, those pick sixes that that we love so much. He allows that. Why? Because he's handling these big tight ends. He's taking on the blocks, shedding blocks, blitzing, putting his body on the line so Deion Jones can roam free. These are the things that a lot of fans just don't appreciate. Devondre Campbell definitely has a role with this team, but the issue has always been with him is, do you want to pay $8 to $10 million for a guy who's just a physical enforcer? I wouldn't do it. But you have to bring in a guy that can do what Devondre Campbell does. Devondre Campbell is a sure tackler. You always need that. And Devondre Campbell is extremely physical. You can find those traits, but it's not easy. So you would have to bring in a guy who can do what Devondre Campbell does if you don't want to pay him $8 to $10 million a year. Me personally, I wouldn't give him that. I can my boy Pat, he's actually found, I forget who it was. I think it's KJ Wright, where KJ Wright, he did exactly what Devondre Campbell does, and he's just a physical enforcer. He's making $6.7 million a year, and I expect the Falcons to, offer Devondre Campbell that. But I would not give Devondre Campbell anything over $7 million a year to be a physical enforcer. I'm not doing it because you can find that. You can't find a Deion Jones. You can't find a Desmond Trufant, but you can find a Campbell for that. So it's not just as easy as just, oh, we just need to get rid of this guy. But do I think we should develop Olakun? I think Olakun is, I think he's just pretty much a backup for this team. I don't think he doesn't have the. I've seen enough from Olakun that suggests that he is a backup. Not to say he's a scrub, but he's a backup. I don't think Olakun is a starter. Yeah, you're right, Skills. Like if we let Campbell go, we have to double up, triple up, quadruple up on defensive line. All right. Because we're gonna get pushed around and we're gonna get smashed even more if we just let Devondre Campbell walk without a plan. You gotta double up and go in free agency and spend some money and bring in a defensive lineman if you allow him to walk, because he is our enforcer. Every team has to have an enforcer to keep your linebackers like Deion Jones, your Ray Lewis. You have to have your enforcers to keep those guys clean. And that's what Devondre Campbell does for this team. He allows Deion Jones to just roam and do what he does best and keep those tight ends, keep those offensive linemen away from him and off of him. That's why you have to have good defensive tackles who can take on double teams, who can get penetration, because it allows Grady Jarrett, it allows Deion Jones, Olakun, these guys to just run free and just do what they do best and use their athleticism. Yeah, hell yeah, I've seen that. Campbell is extremely physical. Don't get it wrong. The man can't cover for a damn. Okay? He can't cover for nothing. But this dude is physical. You can't replace you can't just ignore the fact that that is on every team. You need that enforcer. And like I said, if the Falcons, if they don't see that Devondre Campbell is worth that type of money, that he is, Drew Rosenhaus is going to try to get as much as he can for Devondre Campbell. But if the Falcons don't see him worth anything over $8 million, you can believe that the Falcons are going to try to sign him, and it's a smart way. It really is a smart move. Like I said, we don't have a replacement for Devondre Campbell on this team. You can draft a defensive end. You can, sign a guy like Adrian Claiborne to kind of give you some pass rush here and there. But like linebackers who is physical, who are sure tacklers, you can't find that in the NFL easily, man. You can't find sure tacklers and guys who are physically just like I said. I've always given him credit as far as his ability. He's a sure tackler, extremely physical. He's a good blitzer, but that dude don't need. Don't put him in pass. Do not put him in passing. Okay, do not put Devondre Campbell in coverage whatsoever. You're gonna get exactly what we got this year, and skill set that all year that the Falcons coaching did not put him in a position to succeed. But I think Vic Beasley, what the Falcons see Vic Beasley, I think what they're doing is just to see what the market is for Vic Beasley. And I believe Vic Beasley is going to give the Falcons every opportunity to re-sign him. But I think he has to go out and kind of see what the market is with him. And then the Falcons offer him a contract. But I don't think, the Falcons just going to throw money at Vic Beasley. If they would have done that, it would have never allowed him to even become a free agent, to be honest. But it's much deeper than just, like I said, you can't just, oh, we're just going to let this guy go. You have to have a plan in place, man. I think the Falcons plan for Vic Beasley, for losing Vic Beasley, if they can't come or the market is a lot higher than they expected, I think their plan is to use Tack McKinley, John Kaminsky, and draft a guy to replace Vic Beasley and passing down for the most part. But I think John Kaminsky is going to be a guy that they lean on heavily to replace Vic Beasley if Vic Beasley leaves. But I don't think he would be a successor to Vic Beasley. I don't think he's going to be the guy to replace Vic Beasley. I think they're going to draft a guy during this draft to replace Vic Beasley, a AJE, whomever. Or it could be it could be a Kinlaw. But I think the Falcons are prepared for Vic Beasley walking or bringing back a Vic Beasley and letting Tack walk. They're prepared for it. So they do have a plan. Devontae Freeman, I've heard some stuff on Devontae Freeman that he's pretty much stripped his Instagram of Falcon stuff. I don't know how true that is. I'm not really on Instagram like that, but I've heard that he stripped his IG of Falcon stuff. Again, I don't know how true that is. You guys can kind of give me a better idea if that true or not, but I could easily see Devontae Freeman here and I can see him gone. Dante Spate, Atlanta Falcons players don't like Atlanta, and Atlanta United will always have more fans. Man, look, people disrespect soccer. All right, this is something people love to disrespect soccer, man. Soccer is the biggest sport in the world. Okay, it's the biggest sport in the world. I know a lot of people, little arrogant people in America, think that football is the biggest sport in the world. No, it's not. Soccer is actually the most popular and biggest sport in the world, dog. So, yeah, you would always have more fans in soccer than the NFL. That dude said Belo Horizonte. Man, skills, you need to stop your shit. Oh man. Lord have mercy. ATL one. Man, what are you saying? I think Matt Ryan should be at the point where he should be able to read the defense and call half of his own plays. Oh my gosh. 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 Who? This is another common misconception amongst football and people. This is not real life. Players don't have time to learn every single play. They can get an idea. They don't remember every single play in the playbook. Yeah, players don't know every single play in the playbook. It'll be absolutely, you would be, your practices would be crazy as hell if you sit back and read the playbook every single play. All right. That's one. Two, quarterbacks typically don't change plays. Yeah. Quarterbacks typically don't change plays just because they want to. Yeah. Tom Brady doesn't change plays because he wants to. Tom Brady has to follow his offensive coordinator. He has to follow Josh McDaniels' orders. He has to follow Bill Belichick's orders. Tom Brady can't just go out and call a game because he wants to. Yeah, he has to wait and talk and go with the game plan that they designed on the. So Tom Brady and no quarterback just goes out and just throws anything just because they want to. And a lot of offensive coordinators, when they call audibles, most offensive coordinators call in this thing where you calling it's actually a two read. It's a two plays. It's two plays. Sometimes you call it early. Most of the time it is early, but most offensive coordinators, what they would do, they would send in two plays, and based on what the defense is doing, Matt Ryan has the quarterback has the right and authority to either change it to a passing or change it to a running game. It's all based on what the defense is giving you. So a lot of offensive coordinators send in two plays instead of one. And like I said, based on what the defense is doing, that's when quarterbacks can audible. So it's just not like, oh, he's just going to audible to a play. Like these are the small, intricate things that a lot of Falcons, just fans, not just Falcons fans, we just don't get that. Man, that Willie beaming. They got me steaming on the beaming. Uncle Jovan, man, what's good, man? Georgia Rude Boy, man, what's good? Good God, man. The skills, bro. Like I don't, like I said, like football is so much deeper than just football is so much deeper than just we're just gonna plug in the linebacker. He plays linebacker. Let him play strong side linebacker. He plays linebacker. Put him at middle linebacker. I had one people. I don't know who it was, but we had. I think Pat had a guy that said we should put Devondre Campbell middle linebacker because he gets more tackles. Like, oh my gosh. You put Devondre Campbell at middle linebacker, bro, you asking for it. This team is gonna be absolutely atrocious if they're gonna get smashed, dashed. If you put Devondre Campbell middle linebacker, it's not gonna happen, bro. That team is gonna what they're gonna do is spread us out, and they're gonna eat Devondre Campbell live. Each linebacker position has different responsibilities. The strong side, the Sam. The Sam is supposed to take on tight ends, take on tackles, sometimes take on running backs when they blitz. But for the most part, the Sam linebacker is supposed to just take on one for with tight ends. The middle linebacker, of course, has to be the smartest, has to be more more often than not, especially now, the most athletic. He has to be able to shed blocks, cover, tackle well. He has to pretty much be the best one. And the wheel linebacker is similar in these times as the middle linebacker because it's become a more passing league. But the wheel linebacker is pretty much the fastest linebacker of the crew, and he can blitz. And also just he's often the best cover guy outside the middle linebacker. But your wheel linebacker is basically a guy with athleticism. But a lot of people think just because you play linebacker, you have the same responsibilities, and that's absolutely not true. And I wanted to put together a video on that as well to kind of give people an idea of responsibilities and 3-4 and 4-3, dime looks, 4-2-5, 3-3-5, 5-2, bare fronts. I wanted to break all that down. So not everyone that plays linebacker can play middle, Sam, and Will. So we can't put Devondre Campbell at middle linebacker and expect him to play well. Don't work. Falcons need to be prepared to replace Austin Hooper. Look, in certain ways, the Falcons are going to struggle without Austin Hooper, but with this guy, an offensive coordinator who we have, Dirk Cutter, he's gonna throw the ball whether Austin Hooper is on the team or not. He's gonna find a way to throw the ball. So yes, I would much rather have Austin Hooper on this team. But as long as you have Dirk Cut on this team, this dude is going to find a tight end. He's going to find a slot receiver. He's going to find another target. You can best believe that. So yes, I expect the Falcons to sign Austin Hooper, but if they decide, I don't think we'll, struggle mightily without. I think he is, he's replaceable. I think he's a damn good tight end. But at the same time, it's like you still have Julio Calvin, and then you have Russell Gage who looks well. I think he looked damn good. But for the most part, the Falcons are definitely not. They're not. They won't take a big hit, a huge hit. They will take a hit, but I don't think it'll be a major issue for the Falcons to let Austin Hooper just walk. Lucas, man, yeah, we don't need Devondre Campbell in coverage. We don't need him in coverage. I think he plays better in man than in zone. He has no business in zone coverage. He tends to think a lot when he's stationary, and he's more of a natural athlete when he's in man coverage. I think a lot of Falcons. I think a lot of Falcon players are better in man coverage. Um, they are playing much better. I think one player plays much better in cover two, and that's Isaiah Oliver. I think Isaiah Oliver is a guy that's going to excel under Raheem Morris his his scheme because he's more of a a press cover two type of corner. So True Fun as well. I think True Fun would do damn good in Raheem Morris. So I expect Raheem. As a matter of fact, the further my point on Raheem Morris and Desmond Trufant, when we saw Desmond Trufant before his he broke his forearm, Desmond Trufant was playing at a Pro Bowl. He was damn sure played at a Pro Bowl level when um, Raheem Morris took over the play calling. Desmond Trufant was playing damn good. Isaiah Oliver was playing much better. But yes, I think those guys, Trufant, Isaiah Oliver, you don't want Campbell in zone coverage but for the most part, like Skill says, like athletes play man coverage much better than they do zone because in zone you have to have a high IQ in order to play zone. So if you don't have high IQ players to play in the cover two, to play in zone, cover three, you're gonna struggle like the Falcons did. And that's one thing that Dan Quinn had to understand that he did not have the high IQ players like he had in Seattle when you had a guy like Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, and Cam Chancellor. Those guys are high IQ players. You need high IQ players in order to run Dan Quinn's scheme. And that's one of the reasons why Dan Quinn is going playing significantly less cover three. The Falcons are playing much more cover two than they've been playing in the first half of the season. You need high IQ players to play zone, and that's something the Falcons just don't have. He's got to play better in man than cover two. Malik, the more I think about it, the Falcons need some of everything in the draft. I don't necessarily think that. I think the Falcons at this point, I think they're good linebacker. They're good. Um, hmm. The Falcons just need to worry about the trench, man. They need to worry about building the trenches. Defensive line, they need depth on the defensive line badly. Our depth on the defensive line is just awful. So the Falcons definitely need to, you know, bring in more depth on the defensive line, offensive line, because you damn sure don't know. I don't want to have to lean on Grady Jarrett for everything. And offensive line, you got Jamon Brown and you have Carpenter, those guys. Oof. Yeah, they definitely need to worry about trench play. So I wouldn't necessarily say the Falcons are hurting in every position as far as the draft and bringing in guys. They're good at receiver. We're good at tight end for the most part. I think Jaden Graham was a pretty good backup to Austin Hooper. Tackle is good with Jake Matthews and McGarry. You have Chris Lindstrom. You have Mack at least for another year. The offensive line and depth, it's not terrible, but it could be much worse. Um, you have good running backs. You have an okay backup with Kurt Ben Kirk. If he can just stay healthy, I think he'll be a pretty good backup. Um, defensive line is just yeah, we're ass at defensive line. We need a lot of depth in pass rush. Our pass rush is pretty bad. Outside of Grady Jarrett, sometimes Tack, sometimes Vic. Yeah, we don't have a ton. We don't have anything outside of those guys. Matt Gunner is a good another one. I think he's pretty good, especially run against the run. I think Gunner is going to be a good. I think you need another safety, Jordan Boy. That I think the Falcons definitely need another safety because you can't count on Keanu. Sorry, Keanu, I love you, but dog, like you can't stay healthy. We need another safety. But yeah, I think I don't think we're hurting for a lot of positions. I think at this point we just need depth because if one guy get hurt on the defense, especially up front, we lose Grady Jarrett up front. Man, it's this sheesh. Just pray, just pray, pray to God we don't lose Grady Jarrett. All right, pray to God if we don't lose. If we lose Grady Jarrett, we are in major trouble, in big time trouble. We cannot afford to lose Grady Jarrett. We have no depth, none, and that's why I think the Falcons are going to, in my opinion, go at the guy like Kinlaw. I could see two scenarios, and the more I think about it, the Falcons are, and Dan Quinn, he's in for it. All right, Dan Quinn is in for it. He needs an impact player on the defensive side of the ball up front alongside Grady Jarrett. He needs that guy. So the Falcons could easily trade up for a guy. I can see them taking a chance on that. I truly can see that happening. But if they want depth, they're going to have to trade down and take a chance on Tack being that impact guy if they don't sign Vic Beasley. They may take a chance on Tack being that guy, but that kind of worries me because again, Tack can't stay healthy. Him and that damn shoulder, man. That dude's like that dude. He raises his damn arm, he can pop his damn shoulder out of the socket. So yeah, I can see the Falcons taking the chance of trading up for an impact guy. But it won't be top five. You can just forget that. You can forget about the Falcons trading up to get a Chase or a Brown. That's not happening. You got to give up some major capital to get in that top five. And I don't see them doing that. Falcons not that stupid. They're not as dumb as the damn Saints are. Gave up 2 first round for some freaking. They gave up 2 first rounders for Marcus freaking Davenport. Marcus freaking Davenport. You gave up all of that for Marcus freaking Davenport. Wow. Yeah, bro. I don't see the Falcons doing something that stupid. But I think it's more likely that the Falcons are going to double up. They're going to double up on defensive tackle. And the second defensive tackle or the first defensive tackle is going to be a guy that could play in. And I think in a lot of situations, Kinlaw is that guy for the Falcons. Depends on the Falcons need to play a 3-4 at times. What they do, 5-2. The Falcons need another guy that could, scoot inside, go outside, and let Grady Jarrett help Grady Jarrett create mismatches with Grady Jarrett, create mismatches with Tack. So they're gonna double. I truly believe they're gonna double up on defensive tackle, and that the second defensive tackle is gonna give them size, and it's gonna give them flexibility in the types of defense that they want and the plays that they want us. Because when you go back and look at Raheem Morris, his defenses, he typically uses bigger defensive linemen. And be honest, like that's what I said, Skills. That's exactly what I said. People don't realize how many snaps Grady Jarrett never truly comes off that damn field. Never. That dude needs a running mate. He needs someone who's going to be able to step up in his absence and give him a play or two off. We can't keep running this guy every single play, bro. At some point, something going to happen to him, and we need somebody who's going to be able to give us an inside pass rush. And maybe that is John Kaminsky. I'm not sure. Needs a little bit more size. But Grady Jarrett definitely needs a rest. Can't keep running this guy the way we've been running him. He needs a rest. And that's why I say I truly believe if Kinlaw is somewhere in the neighborhood of 12, the Falcons, if Kinlaw is somewhere along the lines of 12, I think the Falcons will trade that second round, that second round pick, the first one, the second round, and they'll have the pick that they got from the Patriots. They'll keep that pick since that's lower. But I definitely see the Falcons trading up if Kinlaw is somewhere around 12. If Kinlaw is around 12, the Falcons they'll definitely try to move up to get him. Because I think he fits perfectly for what the Falcons are doing. And a guy like AJE, I think AJE, he's a guy that you could, I would, if he's sitting around, if they don't feel comfortable at taking a guy or trading up or trading their second round pick, they can stay put and get AJE. I can see that happening. Beasley was retained when when Quinn was retained. I'm not doubting anything. I just think at this point, man, we just have no idea what will happen. We have no idea what will happen to this team right now. Like I've given up trying to figure out who's going to be here and who's not. Because I was sure earlier that this team was going to be 3-13, and somehow they turned around 6-2 at the end of the game, like in the year. They went 6-2 at the end of the year. So I was sure that Dan Quinn was going to get fired, and I was wrong about that. I was sure that Thomas Dimitrov was going to get fired, and I was wrong about that. I was sure that Devondre Campbell was he was gonna play like trash the rest of the year, and somehow I was wrong about that. So I've given up on the idea of trying to figure out this damn team, okay? That's why I always tell Dan all the freaking time. Wait and see, bro, because these are the Falcons. One time, like one game we get it, and the next game we go right back into it. So like I said, I've given up the idea of trying to figure out what this team is going to do. New to the channel, go and hit that subscribe button. Tell your friend to come chat with your boy, man. Bro, that math part, that SAT boy, woo, boy, you ain't never lied. That's exactly the foul. Man, I've always been horrible at math, so I know what you're talking about, dog. But yeah, I've given up trying to figure out this Falcons team. Trying to figure out what they're going to do. Like, They had an opportunity to trade Muhammad Sanu early in the season, but they kept him for the right time at the right time, and they ended up getting a second round pick from the Patriots, and that ended up going well. They kept Vic Beasley when people thought he was pretty much gone. I thought he was gone, and they ended up bringing him back. Hell, I thought Devondre Campbell was pretty much gone, and they end up giving him, at least entertaining the idea of bringing him back. So, like I said, I've given up on the idea of trying to figure out this damn team, bro. If you can figure out the Atlanta Falcons, I guarantee you are related to Nostradamus. I guarantee you that you are related to Nostradamus, Jesus or somebody. If you can figure out this team and what they're doing and what they're trying to do, I guarantee your ass is a freaking genius. Cause I've tried everything. I've spent hours on hours trying to figure out what this team is gonna do, and I failed every single time. I thought there was no way in hell that the Falcons were gonna hire a damn Steve Sarkisian, a college coach, and we end up hiring a damn college coach. I would have never thought that the Falcons would bring back Dirk Cutter, and somehow they brought back Dirk Cutter. So I've given up on the idea of trying to figure out this team. I just wait and see, bro. Bruh. Hey, man, look, man. Shh. I don't even want to get that. That SCT did bring back bad memories for me, dog. I don't even want to get on that. I appreciate that, Cody. Like, true that. I truly appreciate that, dog. Like, we give up on the idea of just trying to figure out this team, man. It's not. It's not. It's not something that you want to do. It's bored as hell, sitting back waiting. Everybody want to see. I'm about that action. I'm about that action. Junior Leon, appreciate that, dog. I'm about that action, man. So waiting and see is like nobody want to wait and see what the Falcons do. Everybody want to see what they're gonna do. Everybody want to know what the new jersey is gonna look like. Everybody want to know if they're gonna bring back Vic Beasley. Everybody want to know if they're gonna bring back Devondre Campbell. What are we gonna do with Devontae Freeman? Like everybody want to know all this stuff. How good is Joe Witt? How good is Tosh Lapui? Like, how good are these guys? Are we going to draft AJE? Are we thinking about trading up in the draft, trading down? Like, everybody, all this stuff. So, waiting and see, yeah, it's not so good. But the Falcons put us in position where we have no choice but to sit back and wait. Because, like I said, I would have never thought that the Falcons would bring back some freaking, especially after he got fired as head coach. We brought the dude back. We hired a college coach and Steve Sarkisian, and then turn around and hired a guy that got fired. Bruh. Yeah, I'm done trying to figure out this team, dog. You gonna always look like an idiot when it comes to these Falcons. Trying to figure out the Falcons' next move. Oh, I guarantee you end up being wrong. 70% of the time, I guarantee that you will be wrong trying to predict what the Falcons are going to do. Anything definitely can happen. Man, I suck, bro. I will never play fantasy for money. I will never play fantasy football. Look, dude, I'm the laziest, and I am terrible at picking teams. Bro. Like I'm terrible at fantasy football. I know a lot of people probably play fantasy football, but my ass is horrible. I'm garbage. You do not want my, you do not want my picks when it comes to fantasy football. I'm terrible. I'm absolute garbage, bro. Man, I skill, bro. Like I'm telling you, man. My homegirl, like she plays and she wins all the time. She wins all the freaking times, man. Bro, I'm so bad. I'm just one, I'm bad at picking players. Two, I'm just lazy, bro. I'm just lazy. I don't like looking at a lot of like you got to keep up with everybody's team all the time. Like it's just too much for me, bro. But a lot of people make a lot of money for fantasy football. Man, I wouldn't mind trying to learn myself, but god dang, bro, I'm terrible at it. Yeah, AJ let a lot of people down, man. That dude was hurt. Sheesh. Yeah, I would have never thought that AJ would be out this long. I don't know what's going on with him in Cincinnati. But if you think about it, they don't need to subtract any players um, who were very productive in the last 8 games. They don't need to add a few pieces. Yeah, man. I think the Falcons have a solid nucleus, man. I always said the Falcons have a solid nucleus of players. These guys, if these guys healthy, you know what I'm saying. I think the Falcons have a solid team. But coaching, man, then the putting coaches in the right position to succeed. And I think the best thing that Dan Quinn did was putting Raheem Morris back on the defensive side of the ball after having him on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know why he did that, but obviously he felt it was necessary. But yeah, I don't know why. But I can see Vic Beasley coming back. I can't see Jack Crawford. I don't know why you would bring Jack Crawford back. I would bring back Adrian Claiborne, Tyler Davidson. I would bring those guys back. But outside of that, the Falcons team is pretty much intact, man. At this point, it's all about bringing in guys who know the scheme and giving them a reasonable price. I'm not overpaying for anybody, any one of those guys, including Vic Beasley. Yeah, Georgia Brew, but like, yeah, we definitely need. I think what we need is more than anything. We need pass rush depth. Like we don't have pass rush depth at all. All the entire year, it was Grady Jarrett, Vic Beasley, Tack, and every now and again you would get something from Adrian Claiborne. But outside of that, Jack Crawford had a disappointing year. Deep Not didn't even sniff the damn field. It's like it's yeah, the Falcons just don't have a ton of depth. John Kaminsky, he had an ankle injury for like 4 or 5 games, and he didn't play a lot. So yeah, man, it's yeah, we need depth. We need depth, and in particular, just pass rush depth. The man Edgelon said, "Imagine wearing a Bengals jersey, man. I never put that shit on, even if I was from Cincinnati. I know I got a family from Dayton, a little bit outside of Cincinnati, but yeah, I'll never wear that crap. You would never see me with a Cincinnati Bengals jersey on. You talk about being a Falcons fans and they're worse. Nah, bro. I'm good on that Cincinnati. Even if I was from Cincinnati, I would never wear that crap. These dudes, I don't. They haven't won anything in damn 2, 3, 4 decades. And that. But yeah, that orange man. Yeah, yeah. I'm good on that, Jerry. I'm good, man. I'm good on that Bengals orange. I can wear black, but that orange, nah, bro. I'm good on that. And plus, these days, orange is not a color that I'm too proud of right now. If you understand what I'm saying, bro. Orange is not a color that I would be willing to wear in these times. Wow, this man said ginger quarterbacks can't win playoff games. Hey, you're not wrong, dog. I've never seen a ginger quarterback win. Boomer Esiason. Hold on, is Boomer Esiason? Who am I thinking about? I've never seen a ginger quarterback win. To be honest. Yeah, Hooper did just make the Pro Bowl. I think he was an alternate, if I'm not mistaken. So he is a Pro Bowler. But I'm not surprised. Is one of the best tight ends in the league. Um, Again, man, I say it all the time. A tight end is important in the end, but you can bring in a couple of guys that can give you what Austin Hooper does in a different way with slot receivers. He may not be able to physically do what Austin Hooper does, but you can kind of get the same production from a slot receiver. Guys like Muhammad Sanu, guys like Russell Gage, who pretty much control the middle of the field. I mean, you look at the Patriots. The Patriots been doing it for years. They essentially use their slot receivers like Wes Welker, Edelman, those guys. They use those guys like tight end. They just destroy your linebacking crew and your safeties like that. That's something that you can replace Austin Hooper, but like I said, physically, I don't think you'll be able to get what Austin Hooper gives or provides you. Oh man, y'all talking about Aaron Hernandez, bro? We not no 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 no. We not doing that. We're not doing that, man. We're not talking about Aaron Hernandez, bro. We're not talking about Aaron Hernandez. All right, just not doing it. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in, bro. About to call this a night. You guys continue to support your boy, man. Head Man Mike Sports. Um, it's still screwed. Kyle Shanahan. Screw him forever. Screw him. Good luck to everybody except for Kyle Shanahan in the Super Bowl. All right. But your boy, man, Mike is out, man. Peace.